Batching versus one-piece flow. If you've heard of batching, which doesn't really sound that bad, and one-piece flow, which is like, what is that? I am encouraged by that because I'm going to explain to you the difference between each. Batching is essentially where you do a single step for a multi-process step, but the single step for multiple items all at once. Basically, you batch something. So if I was going to batch pancakes, for instance, I would make 10 pancakes, and then I would butter all 10 pancakes, and then I would syrup all 10 pancakes instead of making one pancake and then buttering it and then putting on the syrup, right? One piece flow is doing one at a time. Batching is doing large groups. Now, we were all taught that batching is faster, but actually in any situation that we study, we find out that one piece flow, doing one thing at a time, meaning step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is faster than doing step 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. You get the idea. And so you're probably like, Jay Money, you're out of your mind. But one piece flow or one process flow is literally the central theme of all lean thinking, all advanced production thinking. It all comes down to one piece flow, one process flow. So what I'm going to do is take you to my computer and show you one of the neatest images that we've ever been able to make. Explaining it, I'm going to give you some examples. And the other thing I'm going to do, which is kind of a little bit weird, but I'm actually going to show you the videos that you should research if you want to dive further into it. But here's my promise. If you want to get great at what you do in any area of your life, focus on one piece flow. I'm about to show you right now on my computer. Let's go. Okay, everybody, Jason here, and I am on my screen ready to show you some really cool things about batching and one-piece flow. I'm ready to go. I cannot wait to explain this concept in a visual format. I've got a couple of things that are really neat that I want to talk to you about that are pre-prepared, and I know you're going to love it. Okay, so let's do this. First, I want to talk about the concept of batching versus one-piece or one-process flow. The first thing that I want to talk about is one-piece flow could mean that you're manufacturing or creating a piece of something. The other thing that it could represent is if you're doing a process or you're a trade partner and you're accomplishing a process of some sort. The other thing that I've kind of coined a little bit is one progress flow, like one thing that you're going to progress with on a construction project. But the bottom line, if you define these two, is this means that you're doing one thing at a time. Batching means that you're doing individual steps in combination before going to a second step. So let's talk about this right here. Let me give you some examples. Let's say step 1, let's say this is gang forms, right? You shake out the materials, you are assembling the components on the strong backs, you are sheathing your gang forms, and you're getting them ready for rigging, you're cleaning the face and you're oiling down the face, and you're 100% ready to start forming concrete, right? Batching would say that you do that for all 4, meaning you do step 1 for all 4, then you do step 2 for all 4, then you do step 3 for all 4, and that's called batching. And so in order for you to get, and this is one of the things that I really want to make sure is clear, in order for you to get one complete item, you have to have all of these steps done as well, so it takes longer versus just doing steps 1, 2, 3, 4 and saying 1, 2, 3, 4, we're done. You have your first form done, ready to go, QC and inspect. Let me give you another example. Let's say you have 4 submittals, and these are just rough examples, right? You do the research on the drawings, then you go actually review the submittals. Once you're done reviewing the submittals, you get that double checked with another person in the office. You put the transmittal letter or the cover sheet on it, transmit it through your project management software. Boom. You are done. You have that out and you know that it's QC'd and ready to go. If you were batching it, that means that you would research drawings for all 4 sets of drawings, which you could probably already see as problematic. Then you go through and do the reviews all together. You can see that's problematic. Now we're waiting, right? Second set of eyes or review, you're basically batching it and spending quite a bit of time for the person that's double checking, and then you're sending everything out all at once. Here's the difference. One piece, one process, one progress flow. Anytime we study it is faster than doing batching. Now, let me be a little bit sympathetic here. Like I said, before we came to this earth, kind of in a joking manner, we were told that batching was faster. When the doctor first pulled us out, the doctor told us it was faster. Elementary school, we were taught it was faster. High school, we were taught this was faster. College, we were taught this was faster. Our first job, we were taught this was faster. Our parents taught us that this was faster. And that's just not true. It's not intuitive, but doing one thing at a time is the fastest way to get anything done. And so what we have to do is head in that direction and make sure that we're being as successful as we possibly can. Let me give you an example with a really neat company. I won't tell you the name of the company, but they do exterior inspections and consulting. Let me just tell you about their story and what we encountered when working with them. First of all, when we started working with them, they had about 20 to 40 reports that were late. Each individual, well, actually, as an average, they were working about 2 hours late every day, and they were getting about 4 inspections done, 3 to 4, something like that, right? And so what they would do is they would go do the inspection here. Once they did the inspection, they have a report or they need to send a follow-up email. They would say, hey, I'll do that later on in the day. Then they would drive to the next inspection, and it would be like, hey, I'll do the report and the email and the follow-up later on that day. And then so on and so forth. Each one, they had tasks, and when you time blocked it, it looked like you could finish all of the tasks before the end of the day. But this is what happens when you are doing batching and you're not finishing one thing at a time, is that when you do this first inspection and then you say, I want to come back and do this, follow-up email and the inspection report, it doesn't take you the 15 minutes you think it's going to take. It's going to take 15 minutes plus 15 minutes. And the second thing is going to take that much time as well. And the third's going to take that much time as well. And sometimes it even went past 2 hours. And the problem is it's context switching. So this was hurting them. One of the suggestions was, hey, the full process or the piece here is to do the inspection and to do the inspection report. So they started doing that. They would say, I'm doing the inspection report. Then you have obviously your buffer. Then go to the next job, your inspection report. Obviously you have time for lunch here, inspection report, and then inspection report. You don't have anything moving to the latter part of the day, and you don't have the additional 15 to 45 minutes of additional context switching for each task. And in fact, when they first started doing this, they were doing well. They were getting 4 inspections done a day. Then they were actually able to get 5 before the end of the day, and then they were able to start doing their work to where they were 0 reports behind, and they were actually getting more inspections done, and everybody was, when I say everybody, I'm not exaggerating, like everybody was much, much happier. Now, this is a little bit unorthodox for a video like this, but let me just take you to a couple of videos. I'm not going to show you the videos because I don't want to mess with any copyright infringement, but I just want to show you. There's one that if you type in, and I'm going to click on it here, batching versus one-piece flow. And let me just go ahead and zoom in just a little bit on this for you so you can see the actual video. In this video, and by the way, I'm asking you to go actually watch these videos, and we'll put this in the description below. On the left, and it's the same human, she batches 2 boxes over here to the left. Then she, on the right, does one piece or one process flow. So batching on the left and then one piece flow on the right, and you'll see how much sooner she finishes, and it's quite remarkable. I think you're going to love it, and I want you to go watch that video. There's another one here that's nice and clean, batch processing versus one piece flow. It shows you an actual visual diagram, so I want you to check that out. The last one here, this one really solidifies it for most people, because what happens is if you do one thing at a time, what you notice is that the first grouping of product gets done sooner, but you actually see what happens when things are in queue during the batch. So these are 3 really impactful videos that I would recommend that you go watch right away. Again, we will put these in the description below in this video for you, but the bottom line is doing one thing at a time will always be faster than batching steps. Now, one thing that I want to leave you with is that it's very important that you have the right piece or process or progress size. So identify what you're attempting to accomplish, and if you do it in one piece, one process, one progress flow, you'll get that done sooner, and you'll be able to QC it sooner, and the overall throughput time will be sooner. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you these images inside the description. I'm going to give you the video references in the description below. Please go watch those amazing YouTube videos. Please like and subscribe to their channels as well, like you do with mine. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.